Lucky Years, How to Thrive in a Brave New World of Health. This is off his New York Times bestselling books, The End of Illness and a Short Guide to a Long Life. Doctor, thanks for joining us here in St. Louis.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
You call us the Lucky Years. How come?
Because it's a remarkable time in our field where the curve of progress versus technology has shifted. I mean, literally, we're getting a new discovery every week that helps you and I. And in order to benefit, we have to adapt. We have to be ready to really get all the benefits from those lucky years.
You tell a story in the book about how science has at least tapped into de-aging of mice. Talk about that for a moment.
It's one of the wildest stories I've ever seen. In the 1950s, this researcher, Wanda Lunsford, published the only paper she ever had in science. And she was actually kicked out. She took an old rat and a young rat, and she put them to sleep, and she tied their skin together. So after about a day, the blood supplies joined. 3 weeks later, she looked in that old rat. The white hairs turned brown again. The brain had new neurons growing. The heart beat stronger. The muscles were bigger. She claimed she reversed aging. Well, they called her Dracula and Frankenstein and pushed her out of science. Early this year, 3 separate laboratories, one at Harvard, one at University of California, San Francisco, and one at Stanford, repeated it, and it worked. And what they showed is that all of us have stem cells that at age 25 start to go to sleep. And there are proteins that actually wake them up again and allow them to do their thing. And so the cure for many diseases is within us. And so what is amazing is that relatively soon, as we age, if we break our leg, we may get some of these proteins to accelerate healing. If there's cognitive decline or Alzheimer's, we may get them to get new neurons to grow. So it really is the potential to reverse some of the things that happen as we get older.
So they're not going to attach me to a rat, are they?
No, we identify the individual proteins that do this, and you'll get that. Just like a diabetic gets a shot once a day, you may get these shots if you need them for a particular disorder.
Also, blurbing the book. How'd you get Howard Stern to blurb the book?
Well, we were involved in the care of Robin Quivers, and, Howard has been fantastic. I actually did his show earlier this week, and it's kind of scary for a doc to be there. You get some challenging, strange questions, but it's certainly a privilege when something like that gets the word out.
Yeah, no question about it. Now, you also bring up the lucky years in the book, Doctor, the lucky years. You also bring up a major problem, and that is fake and false and counterfeit drugs.
It's real. Right now you could buy a pill press for several $100s, and so people can make a pill and sell it. And so all over the world this is happening. And what happens is, obviously, you don't get better when you take these pills, but disease changes too, and you get resistant bacteria and other things. So we need ways to do it. There are newer technologies now that literally will be incorporated in cell phones very soon, where you'll click on a pill and it'll tell you exactly what it is. Ibuprofen, brand Advil, or whatever it is. It will tell you. And so we're going to be able to overcome this with some of these new technologies.
You write in the book, what is lose weight effortlessly without a trendy diet?
That's pretty wild. It's, you have tenfold more bacteria in you than human cells. There's tenfold more bacterial DNA than human DNA in us. And so they did an amazing experiment. They took artificial sweeteners, which were the perfect food, right? They hit your sweet tooth if they weren't absorbed, so 0 calories. And they gave it to 20-year-olds for several weeks. And what they found is that every one of them, after 2 weeks, had diabetes markers that went up. And they said, that's interesting. Then they gave them antibiotics first and the artificial sweeteners, no diabetes. So what happened is these artificial sweeteners changed the bacteria in the GI tract to push the system to diabetes. And what we've now seen is they control our metabolism, how we absorb our food, so much so that if you take the bacteria from a fat human and put it in a skinny mouse, it gains dramatic weight. And the converse is also true. And so what we're going to start to do is to modulate things like diabetes and weight with bacteria in the near term.
Now, when you say the near term, are you talking 20 years?
No, we're talking the next year or two. I mean, experiments are ongoing now, the clinical trials. And what we're going to see is a dramatic shift in medicine in that these things, everything we talk about in the lucky years is either here today or being developed right now for our use very soon.
The book is called The Lucky Years, How to Thrive in a Brave New World of Health. Dr. David Angus. David, thank you very much for the time.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
You got it. 825. Wild stuff. 825. Big 550 KTRS.
Rest Drive Tuesday goes to Robust on The Carney Show. Also, Skyman Bob Berman on a belching black hole very close to Earth.
The Carney Show on the Big 550 KTRS.
Starts at noon. See you then.
Tuesday night is fun night for kids at Stefanina's in O'Fallon, Missouri. On select Tuesday evenings, it's Superhero Night! Meet your favorite superhero like Wonder Woman, Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, Captain America, and others. Kids can dress up as their favorite superhero and join in the fun and get their picture taken. Plus, at the O'Fallon location on Tuesdays, children 12 and under
David,
can make their
here?
own pizzas for only $5.
Your show, you want me to?
Yeah, let's do numbers here.
And then bring it out to your table. Go to their website at steffspizza.com for information on all of these fun events and money-saving specials. Remember, Tuesdays, children can make their own pizza and meet their favorite superhero at the Stephaninas in O'Fallon. And don't forget, they also have 4 express locations in St. Charles County and in Chesterfield. That's Stephaninas, a family dining tradition since 1981.
1 in every 10 adults struggle with abusing drugs or alcohol. Look around. Do you know that one person? If so, please write down this number, 1-800-432-0236. That's 1-800-432-0236. Calling Gateway Alcohol and Drug Treatment Centers can help get a person's life back on track. We provide you and your family with the tools and knowledge needed for recovery. You're not alone on your path to recovery. It's okay to ask for help. Gateway Alcohol and Drug Treatment programs are covered by most insurance, with locations in the St. Louis Metro East area. Your call is completely confidential. Don't wait another minute. Call 1-800-432-0236. That's 1-800-432-0236. Let Gateway...
10 seconds.
1-800-432-0236. That's 1-800-432-0236.
It's 8:28. Time to check the numbers. Here on the Big 550 KTRS, a story behind the news in the numbers. Listen to this. The NHL will look for new ways